Hello everyone, this is Colleen Lemma, Starseed Astrologer and Spiritual Messenger with SacredSoulEmpowerment.com, here to do your weekly angel card reading for Monday, July 6th through Sunday, July 12th, 2013. So, to start this week off, we are going to look at the astrology first, and when we get to the reading portion of the weekly card reading, we're going to use Doreen Virtue's Angel Tarot deck. And your special message card for this week is going to come from the Life Purpose Oracle cards. This is a new deck that I purchased recently. I used it within the last 2 or 3 weeks. I used it for the first time, and I was guided to use it again for this week's reading. Also, your stones of choice. Let's go ahead and look at those as well for your special message card. These are 3 brand new stones that I've purchased recently in the last week's video, and I believe the monthly video for July, which is also up, I had new stones for those videos as well. So I'm really excited to show you the new stones and talk about those. And the first one here is called, let me see if I can say this correctly, chalcopyrite or chalcopyrite, something like that. Chalcopyrite I'm going to go with. And this is an interesting stone because it's got some copper and some pyrite in it. I don't know if you can see, but it looks like just a dark, dull stone, but it's got gold in it. It's got blue iridescent energy in it, or a color in it. It's really quite a striking stone, and it's an excellent meditation stone. It helps to increase your perceptive abilities, and it helps to pull in ethereal energy. It can help to break up energy blockages as well. Your second stone of choice, this one, is apophyllite. And apophyllite, this one is actually a light green, kind of a refreshing mint green color. It can come in different colors, but the apophyllite is actually a great conductor of energy. And it helps to carry the messages from the Akashic records, the records of your soul's blueprint of all previous lifetimes and future lifetimes. This also is a very, very good crown chakra stone to help to enhance psychic abilities and your intuition. And then your third stone of choice, this is called Numite. And again, this looks like a very dark stone, but it's got little kind of gold light flecks of iridescent light in it, depending on how you kind of tilt it and turn it. And the Numite is a strong, magical, mystical kind of earth energy stone. It helps you to attune to the earth energy, and it helps to kind of bring forth the magical abilities from that earthly realm. So it's sort of like connected to the fairy realm in a way, or, you know, again, the earth energies, the magical earth energies. And it's a very ancient stone, has a lot of metaphysical properties. So again, your stones of choice for this week are chalcopyrite, which is right here, the apophyllite, or the Numite. So let's go ahead and talk about the astrological energies for the week. We start out on Monday the 6th with the Sun in Cancer, and it's in an opposition to Pluto in Capricorn. Now, we just had that strong full moon last week, which was in the sign of Capricorn. And actually, the full moon last week was pretty close to Pluto in Capricorn, so it was quite a powerful full moon. But with the Sun on Monday opposing Pluto, you're going to find that maybe there's some power and control issues with other people or with circumstances in life, maybe with family members. And it certainly involves the emotions, because the Sun is in Cancer. Cancer rules your emotions, your feelings. It rules home and family. And it rules your intuition too. So again, there just might be some emotional kind of power struggles going on, and it can be within yourself, but usually when you have an opposition between two planets, when they're opposing one another, it usually plays out with other people in your life. As we move to Wednesday the 8th, the moon is in Aries, and it's making a series of some challenging and some interesting connections with the other planets. First, the moon is going to make a challenging aspect to Mars, which can really bring some emotional frustration as well as because the moon is in Aries, it can be a little bit reactive. When the moon is in Aries, it's reactive, and when it squares Mars, it's even more reactive. So you might find people's frustration levels high and that they emotionally react. It goes on to square Pluto, and then it's going to come up and meet with Uranus in Aries, which makes a conjunction. So between all of those aspects, it might be an interesting day for a lot of transformation, redirection, again, emotional sensitivity, frustration. And, you know, we can use this to a positive advantage. Use the moon in Aries, squaring Mars, squaring Pluto, and conjuncting Uranus. Use it as a way to assert yourself appropriately. So you're going to have to kind of make sure that you're centered emotionally or tune down the emotions a little bit, because, again, it can be quite reactive. But when you're centered and balanced, you can actually use that to propel yourself forward to create change and redirection and transformation on your destiny path that you desire. So again, it helps you to assert your energies appropriately if you can stay balanced. On the same day, Wednesday, Mercury, the planet of communication, the planet of our thoughts, our ideas, the logic, it's going to move finally out of Gemini. Remember, it went retrograde in Gemini, so it was in the sign of Gemini for quite a long time, much longer than it usually spends in any one sign. And Mercury, while it was in Gemini, was a little crazy and chaotic, if you remember. Now it's going to move into the sign of Cancer. And Cancer, again, is very emotional, it's very intuitive, it's very feeling-oriented, and really that's not the best placement for Mercury, because Mercury is all about the mind and about logic. So in a sense, though, communications can become more nurturing and more sensitive, which is actually a good thing. You can become more psychic and intuitively connected to your own inner guidance and to the guidance of your angels and guides. And you might find that there's more communication with family members at this time, because Cancer rules family. But at the same time, when it comes to logic or, you know, your thinking processes, it might be that logic is taking a back seat and the emotions and the feelings are kind of coming to the forefront. Also on Wednesday, Mars, the planet of action and forward movement, which is also in the sign of Cancer, is going to be making a positive aspect to Neptune. Now, even though this is a positive aspect to Neptune, you might find that your physical energy level might be a little bit lower. First of all, Mars is our physical energy. It's in a water sign, Cancer. So your physical energies can be a little watered down during the period of time that Mars is in Cancer. But now it's, again, making that connection to Neptune, which is more the spiritual realm, you know, the ethereal realm. And that can kind of, again, lower our energy a little bit more. On the bright side, though, this is really good for connecting with creative projects, creative aspirations, using your imagination to move forward in different ways towards your goals. It's going to be more, though, on an imagination level or visualization level, rather than necessarily things manifesting with this one. And then we're going to skip all the way to Saturday and Sunday, the 11th and the 12th. The moon is in Gemini for both days, and it is making some difficult, challenging aspects, actually. It's going to be in a challenging relationship to Jupiter and then Venus on Saturday, and then it actually ends up opposing Saturn at some point as well. And on Sunday, it's going to be in a challenging aspect to Neptune, while on the same day, Sunday, the Sun is also square Neptune. So we kind of put all that together, and first of all, I think our emotions, I think we're learning things. You know, I think we're learning things about our emotions with Jupiter there. I think we may feel challenged in some ways through this new learning process, or through kind of analyzing our belief systems. We may feel a little confused while it's connecting with Neptune on Sunday. And again, this separate aspect with the Sun in Cancer, as it makes a square or challenging aspect to Uranus, is going to bring redirections again on our path. redirections in the home and family, redirections of your feelings and emotions. Your sense of independence might somewhat kick in here as well. So it's just going to be a very interesting weekend. So, you know, keep your wits about you, stay balanced, stay grounded. I would say get out into nature, do some meditation, do some walking, you know, do whatever you can to stay emotionally balanced as you go through those energies on Saturday and Sunday. But all in all, you know, it's not a terrible week at all. There's a lot of positive things here going on, and a lot of still, you know, transformation continues and redirection continues. And, you know, we're always transforming and we're always being redirected. But sometimes it's more intense than at other times, and I think the first half of the year we had a lot of intensity going on, and I feel like now it's easing off a little bit, at least for this time period. But we're still going through that Saturn in Scorpio. You know, it's retrograding in Scorpio all of the month of July before it turns direct on August 2nd in Scorpio. So we're still going through lessons about our power and empowering ourselves. And these other aspects that are occurring week by week are helping to support that growth and that evolution and that empowerment of ourselves as we, you know, move forward on a more authentic place for us, you know, more authentic relationships in our lives and more authentic goals, more authentic energies within our destiny path. So this is all a part of our process of soul growth and evolution. So look at it always from the most positive perspective. So let's go ahead and we're going to shuffle the Angel Tarot deck by Doreen Virtue. And we're going to choose 3 cards for the week to find out what messages our angels and guides have. So let's take a moment and we're going to call in all of those angels, guides, master guides, healers and teachers of the light, the archangels and the ascended masters, to show us whatever message we need to know for this week, July 6th through July 12th, 2015. And just going with whatever cards seem to stick out or present themselves to me. Let's go ahead and take a look at the first card for the week. We start out with the Queen of Water. It says tender-hearted, empathetic, patient, and loving. It says relationships develop to a new level. Trust your intuition. Care for yourselves and others. Now, remember, the Sun is in Cancer. Mars is in Cancer. Pretty soon on Wednesday this week, Mercury also is going to be going into Cancer. So that is a lot about the emotions, about our feelings, about our intuitions, about our home and family and nurturing and loving other people. So this really definitely shows us that, you know, to me the Queen is the Great Mother, and again, water element is about the emotions and the feelings. So we're really tapping into that Divine Feminine. We're tapping into the Divine Feminine of love, unconditional love and kindness and compassion and nurturing and, you know, really being, you know, patient and kind with other people. Now, this isn't just with your family, but being patient and kind with others as well and with yourself. You know, this is also saying to trust your intuition, so I think our intuitions are going to be heightening. We need to pay more attention to that. And I also feel like families and loved ones, you know, this can include our very dear friends, but I feel like we're connecting more with those people. You know, we're having more of that very deep emotional connection and realizing how important family and friends are on our own soul journey in this life. You know, it's not all just about romantic relationships. It's not all just about money and finances. It's not all just about our job and career. It's really about the relationships that we have with other people that we love and that we care for, and that, you know, who care for us as well. But let's go ahead and take a look at the second card and see what further information we gain. Okay, so this is the Ten of Air. And the Ten of Air says, the end of a difficult situation, embrace the change, and expect things to get better now, recovering from an addiction. So I think we've had this card recently before in one of the other readings. The air suit is about the mental realm, our thoughts or ideas, and a lot of times when we have an air card, or in traditional tarot it's the swords suit, when we have those cards come up, sometimes it's difficult and challenging because we're dealing with the ego mind. But this is the 10 of air. So just as this says, it's like the end of difficulties. We're coming to the end of challenging energies, and we're able to move on in a better, more balanced, peaceful, loving, compassionate way forward within ourselves and on our path and with others, again, that we care about and love. So this is kind of saying, again, just as it says, the end of a difficult situation. So I think that for the most part, we are coming into this week where it's starting to look better. It's starting to feel easier. Things are maybe starting to become clearer. At least we feel more balanced about some of the things that are happening, as opposed to, some of the weeks past. So let's see what the third card is for the week. This is the 9 of water. So we can't really get any better than that. This is beautiful. The 9 of water, your wish comes true, concerns fade away, and a love of life. So, this talks about our our hopes and our dreams and our wishes coming true, coming to fruition. It's about the ultimate of joy and happiness and contentment. And again, the message here, just as in the 10 of air, concerns are starting to fade away. Now, does that mean everything is balanced and everything is perfect and everything is clear in this week? Not necessarily, but we're definitely moving more into a balance and more into a clarity, and we're coming more into a space of things starting to feel less challenging and a little bit easier, and maybe becoming a little bit more clear. And one thing's for sure is that we're working towards whatever your hopes, dreams, and wishes are. We're starting to see maybe glimmers of hope or glimmers of light with that. And it's important to keep yourself focused in a positive way, especially since we have 2 water cards. You want to keep yourself focused in a positive way emotionally on what your goals are, what it is that you desire, whether this be about home and family, or about romantic relationship, or about your destiny path or career, or even about money and finances. Keep yourself focused in a positive way towards what it is that you desire. You can see the mermaid here. She's got her head out of the water. She's smiling. The water is clear. She's got all these cups down here in the water with her that holds these riches and holds these blessings that are surrounding her, and just they're there for her for the taking, basically. So this sounds like a really positive week compared to some of the weeks that we've had in the past. Things are definitely looking brighter and looking up. So now we're going to take a look at what our special message card is from the Life Purpose Oracle card deck by Doreen Virtue. I'm going to give these a little bit of a shuffle, again calling in all of our archangels and ascended masters and those of the light to provide us with whatever messages we need. And for those of you that chose the, see if I can say it, chalcopyrite or chalcopyrite, your message, it says author. It says, you have a book inside of you that wishes to be expressed. Make the time to write it. Now, this could be taken quite literally for those of you that chose that stone, in that this is actually speaking to you to think about starting to journal or starting to write or starting to blog, to create create that book or create that information that you can share with other people. Now, if it's not necessarily about writing a book, as it very plainly talks about, this is definitely about at least writing down your thoughts. This could be about brainstorming ideas to move forward on your destiny path. This could be about writing out your feelings that you need to kind of sort out. This could be about keeping a journal of sorts for yourself as far as the day-to-day experiences that you're having spiritually, and you're awakening and opening and evolving on your destiny path. There's a lot of different ways that you can look at this, but one thing is for certain, that we're dealing with information that's inside of you. This could be about automatic writing and writing out spiritual messages from your angels and guides through actually tapping in and writing specifically. But whatever it is, it's about actually taking the steps to go within and write down what comes to you. And if it is about writing a book, and those of you that may have been thinking about it, maybe you've had messages in the past about it, now's the time to start really moving forward on that, and not to procrastinate any longer, because it seems like now is the time for you to become that author. And if it's not a book, maybe it's an ebook, maybe it's the author of a paper, maybe it's the authoring a blog on your website. Whatever that might be, is definitely whatever it is what you need to do, basically. You know what it is. So just pay attention to your inner guidance and the messages from Spirit on that. Okay, so for those of you that chose the apophyllite, this one on the bottom is calling to me. Oh, isn't that funny? Writing. We have writing again. This says, you heal, inspire, teach, and entertain with the word that you write. So very interesting. I'm drawn to the fact that on Saturday and Sunday, the 11th and 12th of this week, we have the moon in Gemini, and Gemini is all about writing, speaking, teaching, logic, collecting information, researching information, sharing information. So definitely pay attention here. It looks like for the great many of us, we're needing to put our words out on paper for some reason. And in both of these cards, there's an angel over the shoulder of the person. The previous card author had a feminine angel over someone who was writing, and this one is a masculine angel that is over the shoulder of someone writing. So this can also be potentially, they're talking about your guide as well. So for the first people with the chalcopyrite, I feel like there's a strong feminine presence with you. Doesn't have to necessarily be an angel or an archangel, but perhaps even a loved one on the other side, or a guide of feminine nature. This one here with the apophyllite people, your guide, you're being led by an angel or loved one who's more masculine, although I feel very gentle in nature. So again, part of your path, this is saying, is to express, express yourself, teach people, write for people, and again, even entertain, maybe just through your words, not necessarily through writing, but maybe through communicating and speaking. That could also be part of it. Okay, let's see what the Numite people have in store. And actually, I'm kind of drawn to two cards here, but I'm going to choose this one here, Numite. This one says infinite abundance. It says, you're fully supported as you devote yourself to your divine life purpose. So this is a beautiful card to have. Basically, we have a beautiful angel here. She's holding a bounty of fruits and vegetables. And, whether this is financial abundance, monetary abundance, or whether this is, again, just abundance through blessings and gifts and support from people or support from your angels and guides. There's an infinite abundance here as you're moving forward on your destiny path. So basically, I feel the message for you is to stand firm and to stand solid in what it is that you're here to do, in what you're guided to be, or what you're guided to accomplish or manifest in this lifetime. And that if you follow that passion, and you stay, if you stay authentic to what it is that you're here to do, and you take the steps necessary to fulfill that, you're going to be provided for. In whatever way you need to be provided for, you're going to be provided for, as this card suggests. So I hope you've liked this weekly angel card reading. Please be sure to also look at the monthly angel card reading for July 2015. That's also up on YouTube. Also, the written angelic astrology article for July 2015 is posted on angelmessenger.net. Again, if you'd like any personal reading or healing session, I would love to connect with you in that way to assist you on your journey and on your path. You can find me at sacredsoulempowerment.com. Thank you to all of you who sent well wishes while I wasn't feeling well the last week or so, the last couple of weeks. And I want to send all of you Much love and light and many, many angel blessings.